edition of Battle Rap Resume. This is like the second thing that we've done in fucking 2022. Like, I look back on those years of like doing it in 2017, 2018. I was releasing like 2 or 3 interviews a week and all these previews and these recaps and these top 10 things pamphlets said and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, it's a different era now, I suppose. But I still love battle rap. Still obsessed with fucking battle rap more than ever, to be honest with you. Maybe more international stuff than UK stuff, but there are some crazy events going down. And, you know, Premier Battles is pretty much the de facto league of the country. And I'm very happy about that because they're giving us incredible events, such as the event that we're going to dig in today. But it's not just myself. It is someone that I love to have on the show. I mean, this guy is a font of energy and knowledge and chaos, essentially. You know, all of those things. Cam, how's it going, man?
You know, it's going good. You know, I see these intros. You talk way too highly of me. Like that. They see how this shit goes, and I'm like, oh, here he goes again, spieling more polite English shite. And I'm, you know, I appreciate it though, mate. But like, I'm just a dude, but I just annoy people.
No. I think actually, now that I think about it, I think the way I got to know who you are was through Premier Battles. I think it was on Black Compass with the whole Tay-Rock twerk stuff that you called up, yeah?
I don't think it was that. It was Summer Madness.
Was it Summer Madness? Okay.
Summer Madness, because I walked up to you the next day, pissed as a fart, saying, I smoked you on a show, and you had no idea who I was.
Is that the timeline? Was it?
That's the timeline.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because that would have been before Twerk and Shotty and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what do you think about, before we get into the battles, like, what do you think about what I was saying before about how, let's say when Battle Rap Resume started, for example, let's just use that as a marker in the sand, 2017. Yeah. It was the end of the Rowan Empire. You know, it was kind of post that sort of thing.
The Rowan Empire.
I mean, trademark me. You know, it was kind of an interesting time, you know, Dub Scandal and Chalked Out and Code Red and the platform, which never really did anything. And that, you know, it was all this UKBL and, you know, there was all this sort of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But now it seems like, and, you know, I'm grateful for it, that PB just, with their professionalism, with their consistency, with their quality, they are the league, aren't they? They are the UK league.
Definitely, like it's almost like a new age don't flop. I think the main conversation when it comes to league versus league at this point is PB versus No Lose Chat. Which, if we're going to be really honest, and that's the thing, I'm quite a big fan of No Lose Chat. I'm dying to get down to an event. Mm-hmm. When you look back on that event and the hype that it had around it, PB kind of sweeped them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We don't really talk about that often, about PB kind of just sweeping No Lose Chat on like in a whole where we thought it'd be equal. But no, with the whole, I suppose you are right saying the Rowan Empire and it's like the death of UK battle rap almost. But we just needed our league to come through and pick the shit up, and between 2018 and early 2019, no one was really doing that.
That was a scary time. That was, and then
it was a real scary time.
And it was like there was a bit of hope, you know, like
it sort of felt, because I know PB kind of started on 2018, but they were just like early ages, and we had World Domination, which was, I mean, I was there. It was a bit of an ass event.
Oh yeah, no, that was a weird. With probably the worst ever head ice rounds versus Chiller.
Probably
his worst ever. Versus JC recently, he was incredible. I like head ice, but those were his worst rounds.
I just don't know what was going on. Like I can't remember anything. I just remember that head ice pulled some like UK redhead. I remember that. I remember that more than his actual. But yeah, someone. Or at least there was some weird thing that was going on. It was like, okay.
Okay, that's cool.
It was something like that. When I say redhead, when you're about America, you obviously think fucking actual red. Sure. I'm just meaning a ginger.
Oh, you're not like Knuckles the Echidna or something like.
No. Like a proper British ginger. You know what I mean? Like
I do. Yeah, like a Mick Hucknall. So head ice. I don't know how we got here, but like head ice and Mick Hucknall. And like that's it's so funny you mentioned that event because like there's so many battles on that event. I'm like, oh yes, Soul battled Arsenal. And it was terrible. Like
you know what? Like the weird thing about it was, like, you go back on that battle, Soul didn't have really a bad, like, rounds.
Oh, no, definitely not. No.
It was just the standard of it, and you could argue Arsenal won with all performance.
Yeah.
Like Arsenal said nothing, but he stamped the ground, so he won.
Yeah. There was no phone being whipped out. Like, what? Yeah.
Nothing.
And
Sharon versus A-Ward happened.
It did happen.
How fucked is that? That was, like, is that one of the worst World Doms?
Well, let's keep listing it. Bobby Rex and Caustic happened.
You know what, right? See this battle, right? Bobby Rex and Caustic. Before we get into the actual card that we're talking about,
of course,
right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what? I've got a good relationship with Bobby, but I remember it was a bit of, like, online back and forth after that battle between, like, Marcel and Bobby, because what was it? He come up to me, like, just after the battle. I mean, I met him alive. I just shook his hand, and shook his hand and went, "You did your thing." Where, unfortunately, at that point, doing his thing was not being Bobby, because he went through a bit of a stage of just kind of being dog water, being honest.
Yeah.
But he really turned it around. Like, I think ever since the fucking Rap is Full on Beat battle, he's, like, in the tournaments, he's fucking skyrocketed. But I remember me saying that, and then Bobby not being best pleased. Oh yeah, you shook my hand, and I was like, you did your thing. What you did on stage is what you had done previously. I wasn't wrong. But I fuck with Bobby heavy, and for how well he's gotten on since then, like, he's a total. If that battle happens now, I think Bobby sweeps Caustic.
Yeah, no. But Bobby's doing so well now, and, like, he's always. I mean, we're gonna get to this with the River stuff and whatever, but like, you know, he's one of the most talented fucking battlers ever. Like, in all of his freestyles,
annoyingly talented.
Oh my god, he's
he's
exceptional on a beat. Absolutely exceptional.
He's
like a different
talented.
Like, you know, because how many battle rappers put out a couple of minutes of them spitting bars on a beat, and you're like, but it's like the Bobby stuff is an instant watch, because it's just quality, like, you know. But, you know, we're talking about Premier Battles, and this is the plug event. This is quite interestingly, for me, I always like this. I always like when a league does a Fiddlers event. Like, you know, we've had it with No Loose Chat, we've had it with King of the Ronalds, Chalked Out, Camped Out there for a bit as well. You know, it is ostensibly a don't flop place, you know, because that was back where fucking Mark Grish tried out against Most Prob, where Most Prob said, like, he had hair like Quavers or something like that. I can't quite remember the bar, but go back and watch the battle. But quite cool that Premier Battles are, you know, going to what is, well, the mecca of UK battle rap, isn't it? I mean, it is the spot.
Yeah. Like it's like the speaker's corner of battle rap, you know.
It's the Gramercy, it's the, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah. You kind of have to touch the stage in there, or like the pit. You kind of have to be in that small environment to, like, really.
I mean, look, Soliloquy battle there, so it's one of them spots, you know.
Yeah, Uno Lavos.
Uno as well. Oh my god, one of the most offensive bars ever. Like, of all battle rap, like, we're spatting that one battle. Like, damn. You know? But yeah, oh my god. I mean, you know, it was mad to think, really, because some of the battlers on this card, which again we're going to get to, like Lazy Ass Jack, for example, he battled there. I remember seeing him next in line, which was 5 fucking years ago. Jesus Christ, like, you know.
Yeah, but COVID fucked the game
low
up.
Key. I mean, no. What am I saying? Low key, high key, low key. I listen to which battle rap podcast. I'm just saying low key. I'm saying respectfully. I'm just in my bag. Like, I'm just saying all these fucking things. But I mean, Cam, is this, you know, obviously because you live north of the border, is this your first time going to Fiddlers?
So this will be my first time going to Fiddlers. I'm pulling up. Travis, I see you in there. I'm pulling up. I still need to get my shit organised for going. Like, I haven't got trains or anything, but I'm pulling up. I'll spend the money. I'm looking forward to this. Like, because this, like, for me, it sounds fucked up. Like, the last events I went, so my first event was Summer Madness 8, then King of the Dot, then the UK Leagues.
Damn.
So I went backwards. So I'm looking forward to, like, this would be the last milestone. Like, you've been to Ireland now. Fiddlers is the last one, and what's the drinks like? Are they expensive? Because
it's London, so yeah, it's that's just what it be.
fucking,
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, you said you're willing to spend the money. It's a whole experience.
Yeah, I know, but like, spending the money getting down there, then I'm thinking the fucking drink cost.
Well, to be fair, like, because I've been to Fiddler's so many times for so many events and stuff. Like, it's got the offie across the road. It's got a delightfully grubby little chip shop as well. It's got all the kind of alleyway where like JB battled Jay Short and all that sort of stuff. So it's all part and parcel of it. And like, it is such a fucking sick venue. And it's funny actually because I watched a film recently called Creation Stories, which is about a Scottish guy actually, about Alan McGee. Who founded Creation Records, who signed Oasis and Primal Scream and all this sort of stuff. And it's the guy from Trainspotting who played him. But anyway, there's a
Ewan McGregor.
No, it's not Ewan McGregor. It's Sick Boy, whatever his fucking name is. That guy, not Johnny Lee Miller.
I know.
One of those four. But anyway, there's a scene where he sees, I think it's My Bloody Valentine, and he's like, it's meant to be in this fucking 1990s dive, but it was in Fiddler's. Like, I recognised it as soon as I saw it. It's in Fiddler's. It's like the little raised spot. It's got the vinyl records on the back. I was like, I remember saying to my girlfriend watching it, I was like, Shuffle T battled Soweto Kinch in this room. Like, forget about Britpop.
Break up with you after that.
She
didn't just go, fuck this. Yeah. What are you talking about? Can I call the police?
Yeah. But yeah, no, man. I'm really happy you're getting to touch down there because. I mean, it is one of the centers. It is one of the hubs, and it's just a fucking phenomenal room. Like when it's packed, like I'm sure it's going to be sold out with the caliber of this card. I'm sure it's getting there already. It's just a fucking melting pot in there. Like it's I mean, this might sound heresy to our overseas listeners, but I compare it. I've never been there, but I compare it to like a Black Star or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the record store. Like literally, it's like the records on the wall. Mm-hmm. It's the closest thing to it. So that's a great example.
Yeah. But just so people know, this is going to be on Saturday, July 2nd, coming up. So this is just in about essentially sort of 2 weeks. We're recording this just for the Saturday, so 2 weeks away. We'll release this soon after. So get your tickets. And very cool to see, just before we get into the battles cam, that Trouble of the Wiretap. This is kind of his event. Like he's now working officially with Premier Battles. I think that's just a great move.
Oh, yeah. Like, you're noticing now that I think Premier Battles has taken that step above now, where it's not just that they're running events. It's that they're letting people run the events in their style and supporting it. I mean, I've seen visuals running an Ireland event in October now as well, and people are doing events in Amsterdam. Suspense. And like they're branching out in a way that's probably easier for Premier Battles than letting people, right, you have ownership, run the event, our label's on it, we'll support you. Which, especially with someone seasoned as Trump is, like it's the perfect man to start off, and the connections he has, like this would be a fucking great event.
So smart, isn't it? The franchising out, so to speak, of it. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. And it's kind of Premier Battles is interesting now, isn't it? Where I don't want to say outgrown because that sounds negative, but it's not about the team thing anymore, is it? It's just its own thing.
Nah.
Mandrill Mob, you can put those shirts in the cupboard, sort of thing. They ain't coming back out,
Well, what was the one? Wolfpack?
They didn't even have a battle, I don't think. What was it, Danny Jack? Again? What's he called? Xander Gray. Sorry, he's meant to be Xander Gray now, Danny Jack.
Wait. Xander Gray? What's this?
Danny Jack now goes as, I saw on his Instagram, he now goes as Xander Gray, I believe, yeah.
Is that just like a new name, a rap name? Xander Gray.
Xander Gray, yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to look into this further, but I don't want to misname him. But yes, he is called Xander Gray now. I'm just trying to find the post on Instagram. Yeah, it stuck in my head because I just thought it was kind of
Is that like a rap name or like an actual name?
Here we go, Danny. I mean, we don't need to go. It was on his story, so he's not posted it. It's not there, but I think it's a rap name. He's not kind of. I mean,
I thought he just had the whole process and just turned Xander. I went, that's a big balls
Xander
move.
Xander Gray is, that's got some big Buffy energy. Like, it's
and then you see Danny Jack.
I know. Look, Danny. Danny's had some good battles in that Fiddler's room. To be fair. Canal battled Heretic there, battled Koj, I want to say there as well. So he's done a few. But but yeah, sorry. What I was saying before, like I guess it's kind of tying into how I was starting the episode. It's just like Premier Battles, they're just the de facto league now. Like the big UK matches, why the fuck wouldn't they be on this league? You know, and as much as I, you know, love her and anything and what people are doing over there, whatever, it's just like, well, you're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like you need something that can accommodate. You need something that realistically will fit, I suppose.
It sort of feels like Don't Flop is becoming like, because they kind of went on the grassroots angle, but they've become so grassroots, it's become like the negative for them that they've kind of given away their spot. Instead of just making the talent and pushing them forward. They've just sort of, it feels like they bow down. I mean, Aura probably won't say it like that, but it just how it's perceived just now. There might be big events coming, but like it just feels like they've stepped away for too long and not provided something to compete.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like when I was getting into Don't Flop, I imagine if someone's getting to Premier Battles now, like when I was getting to Don't Flop, Jump Off was in this weird kind of prehistoric space. You know what I mean? Where it's like, they're not a threat. Like they're legendary, but they're not going to, I mean, I know it's a different type of battle or whatever, but like, yeah, it didn't really feel that way. But
the green isn't going to return. Like,
yeah, no. But it's,
you know, Tom, that's how I got into battle rap from Professor
Green.
Yeah, I did the whole Professor Green jump off tournaments, and then he had, a lot of people know he had a battle with Sirius Jones and had like an OT round about Sirius Jones' mother, then faced Jin for 50,000 in the Bahamas.
Shit.
Like Professor Green had
that was serious. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I think there's an interview on Queen's Flip with Sirius Jones in the car, and it's the only loss he's ever admitted to.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy.
I know.
Well, if you want to know another serious video, go check out Battle Rap Resume. After he battled Respect BA, I was really fucked up, and I just told him that he lost badly, and he used the kilt wordplay. No, it is. But I love Sirius. I mean, his diamond tester and all. You know, he's a diamond geezer.
He's had a turnaround as well, though. He's a scary battler now.
He is, isn't he? He's like a problem. He's like a kind of
a real problem.
Like, yeah. Like,
I mean, if anyone that beats JC, Debatable, Rum Nitty, and beats Swamp, like, he's a problem.
Man, we haven't spoken for so long. It's like, I know we got to do this Premier Battles card, but there's so much like Ultimate Madness stuff that I just want to like. But okay, look, let's get to the card. So I'm just going to get it up on Twitter now. So this is, again, guys, this is, you know, if you listen to this in real time or close to the event, please go buy tickets. It's going down Saturday, the 2nd of July at Fiddler's Elbow in London. There's around 70 tickets left, apparently. It's going from midday till 5. So we're starting off then, Cam, with the Academy 22, which has been a real heralded academy. You know, real seems to be like quite a crop coming through. Got to admit up top, you know, I follow Battle Rap closely. Not close enough to actually have watched any of the Academy battles. So,
you know what, Tom? I've got you covered, because I thought, you know what? I'll be the one with the information.
There we go.
I'll be the one with the info, because you know what? To give this Academy group credit, that we actually know who they are.
Yeah. Oh no.
It kind of felt that the ones before.
I can speak about all of them confidently at length, but they're not kind of. It's not like who the fuck is. I mean, I was going to say GWE, but obviously we know him for many reasons, infamous reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
We need to get into that. But yeah, okay. So let's start with Kick Nelly versus Tidal. Obviously, Tidal is a known entity. He battled on the Battle Rap Resume event as well. Love Tidal, fellow Brummie.
Was that Rapping at Park?
What was it called? It was called like BRR in the Park is what we called it. But we essentially stole all the Rapping in Park kind of iconography and stuff like that. But Kick Nelly versus Tidal, Cam. How do you see it?
Okay, so for me, like, I think Tidal, and this is all respect to Tidal, like that. I for him doing, like, because he's been on a few academies, he's done quite a lot in his time. Tidal's not a battler that I've really sought after to check, because I see clips and then I go, I'm not chasing for a Tidal battle. But I went back and looking through like him and Kick Nelly, I would say that the thing with Tidal and his recent battles is his rounds are really short. It feels like he starts to cook and then the round ends. Where you have a Kick Nelly who's just come from the No Loose Chat tournament in the final versus one of the best up and comers who needs to return at some point. You know, and willing to really pull out more tools and more on the arsenal for a battle like this, especially on in a somewhat stage and in an environment with more people. You know, I think it's almost to me that Tidal will be a little too cool to do the things that Kingsley is willing to do, and will probably lose for that. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense to me. And yeah, you mentioned Kingsley versus Whispers in the final.
Yes.
Which, yeah, was...
I didn't know if he was saying his name yet, because he was a little bit of a Voldemort for a while. Even
dude,
though he was...
The biggest crime is I was fucking in person. I saw Yunnan versus Whispers there.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I've seen a lot of fucking battles in my time. It's one of the best battles I've ever seen live. Like, it was fucking white knuckle, full throttle, so exciting. Like, it was kind of let down by, you know, what happened at the end and whatever. But look, I mean, that was like in February. Like, come on, we're in June now. Put that battle fucking out. Like, it's getting ridiculous.
Like the pay-per-view on that battle comes up, and then it actually has the like it continues the round, but it just like blurs the screen.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Blur the screen, and then just you can hear it, you can visualize it, you can see what's going on, and then have the disclaimer about the 6-month ban or whatever. You know, but we need that battle out because that's an incredible battle.
That is just, I mean, it's better than anything Premier Battle's done all year. Like, and I'm saying that as a fan. Like you know.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's the best UK battle of the year. Like, so it's just a bit of a crime, really, that it's embargoed or whatever. Whispers in the clip like a pirate copy. Like, it was just like, you know, and it was just like, it was so good to see Yunnan just fighting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fighting back and winning, and then he's losing, and then he's winning, and it was just like, oh, man, it was so good.
But that's the energy that man Whispers brings, and that's why I fuck with him so heavy, because he will put the pressure on your heels. Even if he isn't saying the best shit, the pressure's on your heels. Everything he says is just hitting
exactly. And look, you know I'm a big Yugi head. Anyone that drops Yu-Gi-Oh bars as well, like, is good money. But yeah, no, I do have Kingsley winning this. You know, even though he expressed on Twitter recently that he would not like me to return to Premier Battles in any commentary form, I am.
Oh no way!
No, but I don't mind Kick. I understand. I'm putting the bias. It's just your opinion. That's fine. Like, I actually really like Kingsley. I really like his delivery. I've heard that he's doing really well in the academy as well. You know, he's edgy. He talks about reading books on Twitter and stuff like that. You know, he's got a lot of dimensions to him, this guy. And Tidal's very thorough and complete. And, you know, I know he's got some sort of personal issues going on here, but I think you're right. And I think I think he's been in the tournament before this as well, before No Loose Chat. So it's kind of like he understands this kind of dimensions. You have to rise to the occasion, and you know
what you call it. I know the tournament. The Northern Beast Anglia.
Yeah. And you know, I think for a lot of guys on this card, you know, battlers that we're going to get to shortly, like, this is the best stage they're ever going to, like, they've performed on to this point in their career. You know, it's not sold out yet, but I'm sure it will be. A sold out Fiddlers. Like, this place just produces great battles. Like, everyone in the crowd is just willing you on, you know what I mean? So I think they'll both rise to the occasion. I think just when the chips are down, I think Kick will be more focused, more determined. And as much as I really like Tidal, I just, you know, I don't know. I see Kick getting the victory here. So we both agree on that one.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying something.
Oh, sorry. No, it's all good. It's all good. So let's get to the next battle. So this is an interesting one now. Both of these people have went through in their own ways the long journey. I went through this as well with disastrous results, but these two guys have succeeded. The fan into battler journey. You know what I mean? Like, I know Bard isn't quite as clear. Like, Will Ross was his entity in the forum. I love Will, amazing guy. You know, me and him are equally obsessed with Final Fantasy X, so he's a blood brother for that reason. I'm whipping out all these, you know, whatever references here. But and I love Bard as well. But, you know, they've both gone through this path. You know, they both kind of gone in different directions, different molds, kind of thing. Like, I think this is a really good matchup. I am really excited to see how this one goes down. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so like going through the recent battles, I don't know if did you get a chance to see Bard versus Savant?
I did. I really enjoyed that battle. I really enjoyed that battle.
Savant's a killer. Like
Savant's fantastic. Really, him versus Mado was extraordinary as well. He's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. I think he did well in Ireland as well. I can't remember who he battled, but he absolutely smoked shit. He's a cool guy. I'm not yet to meet Bard. However, I do believe that Bard's like in this battle versus Will, Bard's like he's a one of a kind.
Yes.
Like there's it's almost a Yunnan effect with Bard that he's him.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy. He'll come in. You can't break him. You know, he just comes in. He doesn't take any offense. His defense is very good, and he will make you upset. He will. And I know that, like Will, like I said, I can't wait to meet Will real soon. Great guy. But looking at it, just Bard has that ability just to really fuck people off. And Will took that angle versus Giannis because that happened finally, and it was looking nasty. I hope Will has that energy for Bard because it would be great to see that back and forth. I hope, but Bard's just a different character, and he's almost bulletproof. So you'd really have to find something.
We've just got Bard on the space now. Bard's just has to come up. Bard, if you want to unmute yourself, sir.
Come on through, handsome.
Hello, everyone. How we doing?
Hey,
how you doing,
good,
Tom? Man, long time no speak.
Yeah, no, great, man. How's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Cammy, good to meet you. Good to I guess speak finally, at last after being on the periphery, right? But sorry, I just wanted to jump in really quickly and go back to something Tom said, right? You try saying we're both on that same fan to battler trajectory. All I'm going to say on that is, and this is going to be the fucking definitive issue. Look at when we did it. I did it in 2012, 2013. I did it when the trenches. I did it when the bullets were flying. Will did it. Will did it when Dub Scandal gave you a fucking free hot dog and a fucking blowjob from JoJo just for showing up. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Not a fucking cent. Jesus, bro.
But,
oh my god, yeah.
No. Sorry, I'm gonna let you guys get back to it.
That's a good point though, because you were like the actual forum and he was like Viewpoint, so it's a difference.
Yeah. And you've come through on Prime Don't Flop 2012, 2013. That was a rough era for anyone coming in. You had to be someone.
Yo, dude, I've got 20,000 views on my battle with Sleepy G, and I was fucking toilet water. Like it was. you could turn up and hat cat mat, and you get 20,000 views. Like that's the level of traffic we were playing with then, and it also meant. I was lucky to get 2 battles on Don't Flop in the form I was in back then. Back then, you had one bite of the apple, and then you were gone. Yeah. It was hyper competitive. It was ruthless.
And then you end up being champ at King of the Ronalds.
And there's no higher honor in this earth, man.
There's no higher honor.
Fucking lazy.
Get a dildo on your forehead.
Lazy. On this very card is a former King of the Ronalds champion. Hulk, former
King of the Ronalds champion. He is indeed. Yeah. No, and Bard, I remember you versus Agent, man. The news agent bar. That's never left me, like.
Really? No way.
I mean, I'm saying that with a slight wry, tongue in cheek, but no, you're so right. And have you ever battled in Fiddlers, Bard? I was trying to remember.
I have battled Conman Curve. I know in Fiddlers, and go watch that. That was good. He's a madman. Conman Curve needs to come back.
Yes, I co-sign that. I was there for him versus Yana. Yes.
No, his impressions game. Ask Command Curve can do. I think he did it at a poet, like a comedians versus rappers event. You just say a name to him and he'll just rip out this perfect impression.
Yeah, no,
the boy's incredible.
No, he's done. Yeah, there's actually a video of him impersonating me on the Battle Resume channel. So as hard as that is to do, So no, he did that. Right,
but Tom, didn't you battle Murder in Fiddlers?
No, that was in Acton.
Oh, it was when Big Daddy Bleach ate the heart.
That's right. Yeah, it was Rise of the Foot Soldier. Yeah.
There we go.
Wait a minute. Someone ate a heart.
Oh right, yeah. So this was I want to say this was peak King of the Ronalds, but peak. It was peak King of the Ronalds until King of the Ronalds found a new peak, probably with like Fozzy or something. But there was a guy called himself Big Daddy Bleach. Turned up one battle and he said, "You haven't got the heart for this shit." "No, I really mean you don't have the heart for this shit." And he pulls out like, you can get him if you ask him special from the butchers, like a real heart.
Yeah.
And he takes a fucking bite out of it like the Khaleesi.
No, Cam, sorry. Is that still online, Bard?
Big Daddy Bleach versus I don't even know who that was.
Bombshell, or was that?
No, it was Bombshell versus Max Sherry that turned into
Mickey ruined it.
Yes,
yeah.
Mickey Worthless versus a rap battle. He just
remember
got bored of hosting Max Sherry versus Bombshell and just started mouthing off, and then just ends up like the end of the video is him just grabbing the camera, shrieking, "I'm Mickey!
I'm Mickey!" Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, you can see me and Bard in the back of that. So no, that was not Fiddlers, no, but yeah, I mean, yeah, so hyped for this battle, Bard, and obviously, who are you looking for? Just finally, who are you like? Who's an opponent in the academy that you'd like in the next round?
Oh fuck, I would love to battle Tidal just because he's a fellow Ronald.
Yeah.
I think Tidal is the most dangerous battler in this tournament. I think Kick will beat him for exactly the reason Cam said. Like Kick's willing possibly to degrade himself to win, whereas Tidal has to be able to like look his loved ones in the eye the next morning. So I think Kick will take it, but Tidal, I think overall, like pound for pound, is the most dangerous guy in the tournament. So I would quite like me to be wrong about this battle, and then maybe me and Tidal in the finals.
All right, well, Bard, good to speak to you, bro. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, peace, guys.
Yeah, catch you soon.
Easy, bro. So yeah, let's get on to the next battle then. Great to hear from Bard there. I'm just looking at my phone here, sorry. Okay, so this is Gasb versus Kingsley Thunder.
Right. So this is the new crop. You know how we kind of know we know Free Will, we know Tidal, we know the other names. These are the two new names. I'm not sure why there's not a fourth battle, unless they have to reschedule that for another event.
There's another event going down somewhere, and battle is happening there. And I should say that Gasb, I do know. I've actually met him. I met him at the No Loose Chat event in February. And it was fascinating, really, because he was promoting himself so heavily, so inventively, with such originality. And he himself was saying on Twitter that, because he's doing like videos and whatever. And he was saying on Twitter himself that, I have to live up to this. And, props to the guy. He has really. Like I watched him versus Cooper recently. Like, if it would have fell flat, that would have been really ugly, but it didn't. And I'm so happy for him.
The thing is with Gasb, right? And I feel like all we're doing is giving compliments. The newer guys, when we get up, the professionals, they can get shot on.
Oh, yeah. Tech, you don't know what you're in for, mate.
Yeah, look at the Tech.
Sam Hypes is we'll get there.
So with Gasb, right? Gasb is his projection is really good. It's surprisingly good. And his timing, I think with the Cooper battle, I think Cooper literally finished his rounds. His second round, and then Gasb just cuts right in with a sarcastic joke that just fucking lands, and it sets the tone for the whole round about the boxing and stuff. His timing is really impressive for a really new guy. And Kingsley, I've got Gasb winning. I'm not gonna lie, probably 2-1, quite clear off of being composed and timing and projecting across the room. I think Kingsley could win, just don't do a grime round. I hate grime rounds. He did one versus Scobo that they don't work well a cappella if your name's not Daylight. I'm sure he does grime and he has a history in doing it. Just in a cappella, it's if the crowd isn't exactly kind of bobbing along to it, then it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it's wasting time where you could be attacking your opponent. But as a fan, this is what I see. In the battles, but Kingsley just need Kingsley to be louder.
Yeah, and he's
it's good.
Okay, yeah, I have no real. I'm looking at Kingsley's profile pic now. He looks like a battler, but yeah, no. I mean, how would you describe his style?
So, if I was really describing his style, Oh, that's such a good question. How to describe it? It's like a cool Mark Grist.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
No, but that's the thing. That's part of the point. It's I suppose it's like the kind of more like Mark Grist from the Blizzard perspective, and then
okay,
it's like cooler, and it is jokes, but it's cooler. I would like a little more of a serious tone into what Kingsley does. And I think it would work for him if he because even how he looks, he could push himself forward more into Gasb. Gasb is tiny. He's a tiny guy.
Yes.
Kingsley could go for the visual of overpowering and height jokes where you look past the person. Things like that would work, but it would have to be something that Kingsley would have to consider.
Okay.
In this position, it's the other things that make Gasb good, and maybe it's the other things that Kingsley needs to improve on.
So that's the quarterfinals of the Academy 22, which is, it's a fantastic academy so far. And, even some of the names you mentioned before, like ScoMo and, Maddo that we spoke about. And, a lot of people stand out in that tournament. Sam Hypes versus iKid is part of the main crop of battles. I mean, iKid is obviously established from time, really. Coming through Gift of the Gab and also the Academy himself and Premier Battles and, various battles like that. And the Uno battle and stuff. And Sam Hypes as well is kind of like the road warrior for Premier Battles. He's kind of, but really dependable, really talented, got a great kind of skill level. And,
you say road warrior, I say jobber.
Jobbers, in what context? Positive or negative?
In neither.
Okay, right.
In that he does come through, he does the job, and if you fuck around, you're going to lose. But there's a level that he maintains it. That it takes someone with a bit more firepower, a bit more to excel to get past that. That it's just he's there.
He was good versus Crow.
Yes,
he was,
and that's because Crow is somewhat on that level. Like he's him and I'm not saying that Crow's like a jobber like that, but like for both of them, like Sam kind of is on that line. Crow is kind of on his way up, and they sort of met at an equal level. So, but if like Sam Hypes versus Matter, that happened not long ago, and that's the thing. I'm very critical of Matter because it's just a style thing for me. But when he goes against these kind of rookie or lower levels, he does clown them and make them look stupid. And that's something that someone like Sam Hypes needs to work on, because iKid's a veteran.
Yeah.
iKid is a certified veteran. He really does. He really has put in work. He has been in these rougher leagues where it's been tougher crowds. He has been around. He has had these big opportunities. And he knows what to do in these like tight situations. He's had quite a few battles on Fiddlers. I'm looking at you for this.
I don't know. Maybe he has. I mean, he's been in the Academy. I remember him versus Deviant at an Apex recently, and he faced major concerns. Maybe second, third round, but I think iKid just has the winning personality. He has the poise, really, and he has the confidence. And Sam Hypes is a little bit more monomaniacal, perhaps a little bit more kind of singular.
I would say melody rapping.
Yes,
it's very much in a song fashion where it's iKid's pacing. It just to stop, let it breathe, hit the next line. It's maybe that's something for Sam to work on. Actively giving time and space.
Yeah, I mean, and again, Sam Hypes, like he's again worked tirelessly, it seems, and when he battled DARPA, it felt like a mirror match almost. Like it felt like those guys were sort of very, very similar on that kind of equilibrium. But no, I do have iKid as well. Like I just kind of I gave my predictions earlier and I circled them. Who did I circle? I actually circled Sam Hypes originally, but I will take that back and I will say iKid because he's someone I'm a bit more familiar with, and I don't know. I just feel that especially this will be like the fourth battle of the day. You know what I mean? It'll be a bit more of an open room. People will really be responsive to this sort of battle rap. And I think that's sort of like, I really like Sam Hypes, but I feel like almost when he's rapping, I can see like a Guitar Hero fretboard in front of me. And it's like, this note's being hit, and then green, and then blue, and then da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? It's like, whereas iKid's a little bit more mercurial in that regard. You know?
Someone, I'm thinking of a Gasp or someone who's a bit more creative. Someone has to make that as like a little video of just a Guitar Hero, and every time it's like they'll press the button and it's like a silence for a choke, and then they get booed, and then you get back into it. That would be so fucking fire.
To be fair, that sound in Guitar Hero when you hit the wrong note, that clunk, like that feels like a choke, like that. Yeah, that is. As someone who's choked on a big stage, you know, word to Bison. But okay, that's Sam Hypes versus iKid. Talk to me about Tech versus Frost.
Okay, Tech versus Frost. Now, I think Tech's a good guy. I've got a personal relationship with Tom for many years. I think, you know what, the one thing with Tech, because I have Frost edging, because I think Frost actually has a better projection across the room than Tech does. Like, for such a small guy, when he goes through the whole thing, I've got mum jokes, I've got dad jokes, I've got grand jokes, like that sort of shit, like, that works so well, and he puts that across amazingly. You know, it's like, for Tech in his material, it's like, I think he just needs to build it up a notch to like match his material, because I like hearing about the bars that he has, and you know, things about the knives and whatnot. Like, it's where I would go to listen to, you know, and probably be more interested in it. But with how Tech kind of projection goes, it sort of softens it a little bit. Where he could, because of his size, his build, he really could be going out there and going, I don't give a fuck you. More aggression could come through from a Tech that would really benefit him. And because he gets the battles, you know, he's one of the faces in Always Chat, you know, but having this extra growl would really go a long way for him. And I think Frost, for such a little guy, has that growl.
Well, I mean, Frost is like, for me, he's kind of established himself now. Like, you know, I've always been a fan of his writing, you know, because again, I guess we're talking about Will Ross and Bard before, but he's also on that kind of, you know, he was a huge fan, because I'm pretty sure there's been so many Don't Flop battles that I've watched back in the day, and I'm like, that's fucking Frost in the background there. Like I think it's like Soul versus Old English, those fifth birthday battles that are outside in the lead stylist quadrant. Like, you know, you see him around. Yeah. He's obviously, like all of us, like, he's a degenerate. Like, he's a huge fan of this thing.
Yeah, he's scum.
Yeah. That's what I mean, that's the term, isn't it? But it's like, you know, he comes through that way, and it's like he was like, you know, Bard was saying before about Dub Scandal was just kind of getting the fans involved. He's kind of like the positive of that. You know, he came through really good bars, kind of that I'm wearing my sunglasses indoors, I'm swagged out kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to talk about moving bricks in, you know, Costa Nostra, whatever kind of thing. But it felt like for a while he was kind of treading water, perhaps. And the Yanif battle was such a kind of bolt from the blue, wasn't it? It felt like that was kind of like, you almost saw that on the card and you were like, oh, he's battling Yanif, okay. But it was like, fucking hell, no, this guy's actually really different.
Like the highlight reel was something special for him. Like that was like a high scoring moment for Tom, for sure. Here's a hot take. I say that Dub Scandal saved UK Battle Rap.
You have to explain yourself, but I like the thought process.
So think of 2018, right? Don't Flops died, and you have your 300,000 view video with Ard breaking down everything, right?
Ard explains everything. So nothing was really happening in the bottom level, the foundations. We had King of the Dot, we had Chalked Out, who was throwing up an event once every 4 months, but there was a confusion on who was really running that, and you know, different people were taking over all the time, from Shocks to Ambe and all that. It wasn't quite established. And then we had some plucky
Northerners who were just getting together in a free bar consistently, where people started to come through, and then there was people who were battlers, who became battlers through it, and then started this whole spread of dub scandal that it's a league that we can quote and say there was a dub scandal time.
Massively.
So when you go through your Maverick, even Kofi, that for there for a while, fucking Conman, Frost,
Darper,
Titan, Darper, like Connor, what's his battle rap name again? Why have I forgotten it? What?
Who are you talking about?
What? Young Crumpet.
Yeah. Oh, put a shell on this tit like Little Mermaid. Come on, like.
Yeah. Like, and even, and I guess even I would say that I think Carlton Shanks had his best performances on Scandal too. Like, there was a lot of people who were coming through, and even Bard had come through for a battle with Dub Scandal. Mm-hmm. Like, that was huge at one point. And we had the guy who was online with Bobby Rex. I forget his name. He battled Bobby Rex on one of the Don't Flop birthdays, and then he came over and did a battle with Titan on Dub Scandal. He was kind of tall, but he was like specky with a beanie hat.
I don't quite know who you mean, but okay.
Oh, that's gonna bug me.
Bobby battled him on a birthday, you said.
Yeah, I think it was the same state. I think it was the same stage where Chilla Jones and Danger Zone did the 2-on-2.
Oh, so in Leeds.
Yeah. So it was like
I'll try and find that out, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, like at one point, them two were like neck and neck. Pause. They were like in line with each other, and then
fine. Like
yeah. I mean,
no, but we're both okay. Just a little aside, by the way, about the pause thing, which is hilarious. We're both huge Black Compass fans, right? And it's like Polo is like the pause god or whatever. But like Americans have the pausiest statement in the world, which they never pause. They always say, "Oh yeah, I was on that guy's helmet."
Yes.
I'm like, what? I mean, obviously, I don't care about pausing. I think it's cringy, but it's like you need to pause that. Dank Schrader. Dank Schrader's who you mean, by the way.
Dank Schrader.
Him versus JB, by the way. I am not kidding. That's one of the best Don't Flop battles ever. I am not kidding.
We'll have to go back and watch that. Then
I'm a little biased because I'm in the background, but like just pound for pound. No, but I mean, I've been in the background of loads of fucking battles. I'm not even saying it's a brand.
Yeah.
But like, just writing wise, like it's fucking electrifying. But sorry, you were saying Bobby.
So even Maverick, I didn't even mention Maverick.
Yeah, no, I mean Mav is kind of the sort of DS star, isn't he? Like other than Mario.
Yeah. Like all these names at a point where there was no league who were consistent. And brought a fan base, brought battlers, and then from a good 5-6 months, there was like, the next Dub Scandal event, every month and a half, that then brought up all this other shit, the Premier battles. I could argue the Dub Scandal saved battle rap.
No, I like the thesis. I don't know if I explicitly agree, but you have convinced me, to be honest with you. So, look, Tech versus Frost. Do we both have Frost winning?
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next battle then. Really excited about this battle. Always great to have an international debut in the form of Random here. Random, who's someone, again, there's a recurring theme with this podcast where we're talking about the pipeline of fan to battler, which I know like most battlers were fans originally, but Random, like, you know, everyone talks about like, you know, like I came on the Don't Flop forum or I came on Viewpoint. For me, Cam, it was our rap battles. It was like on Reddit, that was my, and it still is to a sense, but essentially that was my, when I was getting into it, that was my sort of forum.
Yeah.
And one of the main guys over there was Uza, aka Random. And it was this whole thing where he's a battler and he's doing a few battles. And now obviously Random is this established entity. And, you know, I'm not kidding you when I say this, like some of my all-time favorite bars have been spat by Random. Like I'm a big Random fan. The whole,
I was getting ready.
What do you say? The cave in your skull like a villain's lair, and the woke up bugging like Franz Kafka. Like, you know, I mean, admittedly, he's kind of Tom Quee-ish bars. I'll admit that.
He's very niche.
Yeah, it's very like literary kind of that inclination.
Yes.
But you know, it's very supple. It's very original. And you know, he's a profound human being that writes poetry for people on a typewriter in New Orleans. You know, so I've seen on his Facebook. Him versus Lazy is awesome matchup. That, you know, if this delivers, which I'm sure it will, because I know Random will give it 100%, and I know Lazy as well is kind of at this point now where he's kind of over the hump of like, oh, battle. You know what I mean? He just loves this thing, and he's great at it. And, you know what I mean? He knows, and he's beloved as well. And I am. This is for me the battle of the night. This is the one that I am there for.
Wow.
Like, just for me. Just for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I'm not. I know a lot of people will be like, "Whoa, Bizzle versus Tony," and it's like, that's fire. We'll get to that. But it's like, for me,
wait, do that expression again.
Bizzle
Do that again.
Tony, you know, this is. But it's like, for me, it's like, you know, I don't know. I'm a reference hound, I guess. You know, but beside that, these are both two incredibly talented battlers that I think can clown each other to fuck. Like, I think they both will go at each other for their own peculiarities and will produce quite the contest in a fucking rammed Fiddlers in Camden. Like,
oh, you know what? You have, as much as I've convinced you that Dub Scandal might say battle rap, you've saved Random from me just absolutely shitting on him, because you brought up some good points there. I don't think Random has too much of a chance versus a Lazy. I really don't. The thing is with Random, right? Random, and he'll probably have this, and he'll probably hate it. You know, being akin to like a Madflex, right? But the components that made Madflex so good internationally might not work for Random, because Random doesn't have the same clarity and is in what he says.
No,
that it's a lot more mundane. It's a lot more lower. So like the bars that you're saying were probably said in a very small room with no reaction, but were just really good. Where you have a Lazy who is 6'7", and really trying to dissect you, like in any way, shape, or form that he can.
I mean, just physically, his larynx is twice the size of any other man, so he is just naturally louder. Yeah.
You know what, right? Thing where Lazy, right? I bumped into him in London, down for a stag do, like just on the fucking London Underground. He looked at me, I looked at him, I pointed at him, he pointed at me, and that was it. Like, there's fucking 30 million people in London, and here's me with a fucking bunch of Scottish lads talking about the you know, the pairs with the ing and the na. I'll subtitle that for another time.
What the fuck does that? Yeah, sorry, go on. Yeah.
Oh, so right, where I'm from, right? So if I ask for the pair with the ing and the na, like that is like a pie, like one pie and a pie with an onion in it. You know how like mince pies have like onion?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm asking for the pair with the ing and the na.
Naturally.
Like that's me. Can I have a pie with one with an onion in it? That's but that's the sort of shit that when I don't come on here or speak on like a camera or whatnot, that I fall into that part.
Lazy certainly never heard that said in the Oxford Union. I'll tell you that for nothing. Like.
No, definitely not. I don't even think he'd ever have a pie in an Oxford Union. He'd have a shepherd's pie.
Yeah. No, he'd have a shepherd make a pie for him, I think. Yeah.
So with this, right? I really like. Yes, and I'm really thinking about it. Random can fit the more niche crowd that the UK can appreciate. And the UK does catch things a lot quicker than respectfully US audience do. It's the watchbacks that the US audience appreciate. We're quite intuitive. So that it might rock with them, but the in the building feeling, like, and I've been behind Lazy in battles in Ireland and other battles I've been around, and you feel his presence when he's in there and when he's really going at someone. I remember one I just seem to remember, like a bar. It was something like it's so basic but work. It was like pick it apart like a protest. It was some like it just a random little nitbit there, but that hit in the crowd because of how he said it in the performance and the aggression, which all qualities that Random won't have and won't try to have.
I agree, and I'm a huge fan of both of them. And like, you know, I'm friends with Jake, and like, he's a good guy. We're not like close mates, but like, he's a really good dude. I'm a huge fan of him. And he kind of like, the posh boy archetype in battle rap, and I'm not trying to insult him by that or whatever, but what he feels into. Like, he's the most aggressive of all of them, isn't he? And I think that's to his benefit. Like, absolutely.
And you know what? It's like, if you close your eyes, okay, you get the Oxford accent. You don't actually catch that much of the posh thing. Like, and maybe it's just me. If you close your eyes and you hear someone who's barking, you open them up, it's Professor Scholar. Like, it's he's really good. Like, and he's
an unbelievable battler. Like, he really is. Like I'm so happy that he's came around and he's just developed beautifully. And we were saying earlier about when he battled A.
Pause.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Oh my god.
Beautifully.
No, oh my. That remind like, who was it that's I remember I had Soul Jitsu on the podcast years ago, and I said that he had a charming battle rap style, and he was like, pause, and I was like, well, you know what I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, but like, I understand, but no, this is the kind of the pen battle, so to speak, that we need kind of at this juncture. Really, really excited for this. But are we both going with Lazy taking the victory?
Yeah, I'm shocked you're going with Lazy after the nice introduction.
I mean, I love Random. It's Team Lazy. Like he just is. Like, anyone that mentions like he mentioned against A, he mentioned like the Skinner's experiments on lab rats, and like he just sort of goes to that world, and he's listening right now. Actually, I see him in the space. So shout out to Lazy as well. Maybe he's just doing his.
All right, Lazy. Salute to you. Like, if I see you down at Camden, right, I'm just gonna point at you. You're gonna point at me, and we'll just walk away from each other, just like we did. Like,
well, again, I just want to remind you.
He was actually on the train. I gotta give that. He was on the train. He was a start. It was like a romantic novel. Sailed across the.
Well, I just want to remind people as well, as we get to the final battles here. This is going down on the 2nd of July, Saturday, 2nd of July in Camden. And buy a ticket, because me and Cam will be there, so you can come say hello to us anyway and tell us we were wrong with our predictions or whatever. So let's move forward now to the final two battles of the card. Rivers versus Bobby Rex is the penultimate one. Cameron, what is your thoughts?
I've got this as battle of the night. This is battle of the night. I in my heart, I want to say that Rivers will win, because I don't like what Rivers have done with Mackenzie, and like he's really good. Even versus Moak, he's really good, especially in London.
I had Moak beating him, but okay.
Yeah, good. But that's the thing; they're really good, both of them.
Yeah.
Right. But in my head, it's Bobby has all the intangibles of battle rap. This current Bobby does. I think now, like, with Bobby being a lot more aggressive now and really, really getting in people's faces, and he's slightly more punchy, but kept to himself. However, still able to really put points across. Like, I could say that he's picked up something from Soul by saying the basic things when they seem complex. And this is a big compliment coming from me, because, I mean, like I said, me and Bobby, like, the style for a long time I wasn't fucking with, but he's come such a long way that there's so many tools in his arsenal that he could utilize on a Rivers. But then Rivers is in London. It's this is so equal to me, because whenever someone goes in a battle with Bobby, it becomes Bobby's world. But then you're battling a guy in his home. Yeah, no, is he from? Yeah, he's from London, isn't he? Because he hangs with London Jen and that.
He is, but like, I don't know if home advantage is as big as it is in the US with state advantage. You know what I mean?
Okay. You know what? Yeah. Okay, I could agree to that. We're a lot more forgiving as a.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, well, most battlers are from London or the North. It's like, I don't, because Swamp versus Nitty, for example, like, there was clear bias in the crowd with that, even though I did think Swamp won. But yeah, no, fair point. I mean, I have Bobby winning. I do have Bobby winning. Like, I just think he's more entertaining. He's more complete. You know, he's more engaging, I think, on a certain level as well. Really like Rivers, don't get me wrong. And Rivers has really done damage in these rooms. Like you talked about Moab before, Quack. You know, I mean, no, but legit Quack, like the Tom out in front for cover, like Scientology's one of the craziest bars I've ever heard, like from Rivers, like extraordinary bar. But like, I just think Bobby, like in that Shufflo doubles match, there were so many sides to him. Like it was almost like disorientating how kaleidoscopically talented that guy was in that battle. And I just hope we don't get a repeat of Next in Line 3 versus Scoop, where Bobby was just kind of on autopilot and it was kind of like, you know what I mean?
And then Scoop is hitting him with like
Scoop is just disciplined and just kind of like, you know, just here, like, you know what I mean? He's saying like, I'm cold inside because I've never been cooked, and it's just like, well, what can you do with a bar like that? It's so incredible, like, you know.
So like, and it's the one of those things as well, like with Rivers, and he does what Rivers does have is in battle rap, right? People can talk about their past and whatnot. What Rivers has is the one up on Bobby in relating to like real shit that for him and what he's gone through that Bobby will struggle to rebuttal. Like I akin to that second round versus Mackenzie. That's a powerful round, and it's really hard. Mackenzie couldn't rebuttal it. I think he even tried to. He couldn't quite do it. You know, like. I'm not saying that Bobby has any reason to have a round like that at him, but if Rivers can find it, that's a close, easy round, and he only really would have to worry about one other round to pull a win out of this. And it's like, can Rivers, if he does that, can Rivers win at least another round?
See,
I think he could. I think he could. However, until that happens, I would have to go with Bobby as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be close, and like it's an incredible battle to have up top, and it's really like two Premier Battle legends. You know what I mean? Like going head to head, and I'm really happy that this is happening. But like, yeah, I'm gonna have to side with Bobby. To be honest with you.
Tell me this 2 years ago, and I would not have sided with Bobby. Maybe 3 years ago, I wouldn't have. That just shows how well he's doing and what he's progressing to.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, like, I remember back in the day when he was battling, like, Evil and stuff, Bobby, at the Zombie Shack, and he was doing his freestyles on Viewpoint, and then it was really exciting because he was battling Ambi at the Sheffield event, and then he was really good in that battle, and, you know, he kind of went from there and whatever, and then Bobby just kind of got, you know, absorbed by the machine of battle rap and went overseas and did really well, and, you know, was kind of part of the whole kind of establishment and stuff like that. So, this is a cool battle, really cool battle. Really happy this battle's been put together. But let's get to the headliner. And I'm very interested to hear. Well, first of all, okay, so this is Bizzo versus Tony D. Talk to me about the ascension of Bizzo, because it's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
Yeah. So. And it's one thing I don't mean to be like, oh, my son first. Like way back in the day, like I was watching like the Bizzle battles for quite a long time, like Bizzle versus Kid Verbal, and you know it was quite a few battles on that level back in the day. I was watching
Bizzle versus CPG is an ignored battle that's quite good. Yeah.
Like what he's managed to do, because it was semi-finals in the academy when we thought, right, Bizzle was done. I pulled it out of the bag in its Anarchy tournament, took on everyone that was in front of him, like clear wins, goes up and gets it. Well, he doesn't battle Yunnan, but he gets the belt, then slaps Koji around respectfully.
That was a weird battle. I'd like to unpack that battle properly. No. I thought Bizzo was really good, but it was just like, it was like, yet again, it was like, okay, Bizzo's going to battle Yunnan. Oh, Yunnan doesn't show. Bizzo's going to battle Koj. Oh, Koj's not very good. It's like, I feel like Tony on autopilot could still beat Bizzle, even though respectfully.
No. Is this the battle that we disagree on?
Oh, no, I've got Tony winning.
I was winning. I've got Bizzle winning. What? Yeah, I've got Bizzle winning. I'm weird because we've been quite consistent there. So, Right, so with Tony D, right, let's compare the last battles. Tony D versus Nugget, Bizzle versus Koji.
Okay.
You take them 3 rounds.
I thought Tony D was really good versus Nugget. I don't like he was just that suave, dispassionate.
But he choked.
Oh God, it wasn't a bloody I don't know.
Oh, it was a couple of stumbles.
But he still wrapped it up neatly, and he really kind of Nugget was very, my first round's this, my second round's this, and my third round's this. Tony was more of a Tony was just more of effortless tapestry that was really engaging and funny at all turns. I just think ultimately the quality won through that battle.
The same effortless tapestry that ended up having our boy Tony D losing 3-0 to the Scottish champ. Because that's the same. I got the same vibe from that, thinking, oh no.
Are you kidding me? That was not the same vibe.
I got the same vibe. It was like Tony wasn't pushing hard, wasn't going hard enough. Like he wasn't attacking. He wasn't the same. Watching Tony D versus Georgie Roots, battle of the year last year, by the way.
What is the whole? What did he say? 13 guys in their. What did he say? I'm in my 40s. 13 guys in their 20s. Oh my God, that was extraordinary. That was extraordinary.
It was one of those perfect battles where it was outside, the acoustics was fine, there was a little shouting from someone in the roof, but everything was perfect in that. But it was a battle of the year last year to me. But there's such a huge difference between that Tony D versus the Tony D that faced Nugget that it scared me. And I didn't know if it was like a Tony D on Premier Battles isn't that good. Or what the situation was, because he had the battle versus Sirius, which he won, but it was in the same token with Koji was because Sirius didn't. You know what I mean? He
that was
the bag.
That was a little while ago, to be fair, and I think maybe the Tony bias is showing, but and again he had that Furtz battle and. I mean, it has been a little while since he's done it, and I want to give Bizzo, his absolute due. I think Bizzo's fucking rose to the occasion. His writing's brilliant. He always has lines that pull through, but I don't know what it is. I see the strings with it. I see the over practice, the over rehearsal. I'm not saying that's a bad thing ultimately, but it's just I feel like Tony can sort of hit between the eyes a bit more, and I think Tony's got so much to get into, he's got so much to sink his teeth into with this thing, and he. I think this is a good opportunity. I think with Nugget, he was just it's Nugget, and I mean, no offense to Nugget, but it's you know what I mean. I think that was kind of his.
Well, Nugget is an Irish veteran. He shouldn't have been playing with Nugget the way that Tony did.
Did you thought Nugget beat Tony?
There's a little bit of me that thinks,
fair enough. Maybe I need to go back, but I remember feeling like it was. I remember tweeting at the time. I need to go back but I remember tweeting the time. I thought it was a Tony victory. I was Tony was really good in this battle, and Nugget was just
But then
Nugget was
everyone was
Irish
that in the
people
building.
drink more than you, and blah blah blah. And it was well, whatever. You know what I mean? It wasn't really.
I mean that third round for the whole Danny Jack and in the Black Lives Matter event and that was damaging.
Not to Tony though.
It was, but it directed at Tony though.
Himself, if I remember correctly, he kind of shook his arms. He was well, this isn't really, and he was right though. It's not really his fault. He just
even if it wasn't he was involved in that event, it's related to him. He could have been in a position to ask about it.
It's a little tenuous. It's a little tenuous.
It is. But I felt that was a hard hitting angle.
That's like saying the bands that played on Live Aid were responsible for the the misattribution of the funds. It's just kind of they were just performers. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, yeah, but then when that was your headline battle,
there was only one battle.
There was 3.
Was there?
Yeah, Marlowe had a battle as well, and I think it was just that little guy. Can't remember his name. Oh, It might have been A.
Oh, but
I think
dude,
he had
it
a battle
wasn't
as
an
well.
event. It was in the park. Like, you know what I mean? It was a DSLR and a 4-pack of Strongbow. Like, come on, like.
But you know what? Like, at least, but I whether or not get one or not, the difference between the two was, it was. I couldn't believe what I was
think
seeing.
We have to ultimately rank on their apex, and I just think, it's Tony fucking D, like.
But then you're ranking on the apex, like, when was Tony's apex? It was O'Shea, and it was
no.
Like,
Tony's apex for me was post-title. I think that's when he was really in his comfort
right versus
zone.
Raptor.
But yeah, okay. Did he beat Raptor?
Debatable battle, but I might edge
actually
Tony.
had Raptor in that battle, even though I am a big Tony cheerleader at the moment. But
yeah, I did the authorized. I looked through the authorized, like that.
Oh my god!
That's a highlight
in my
reel.
mind, on body and soul. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But and the Shocks battle as well. But like, Tony beat Shotty, clearly. Tony beat Yunnan. You know, Tony beat Georgie. He lost to Soul.
Oh wait, wait. The Georgie one. Okay, he probably did win, but it's way closer than it should have been.
I personally didn't see it that way.
That third round with Tony D's, like what Georgie was on about, with the problem is that Tony can't fly, like the great concept of fucking Archimedes and all that relating it.
Like, Georgie's incredible. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, but regardless of such, like, this is going to be a fucking incredible battle. Like, you know, and I feel like Bizzo's so direct. Bizzo was so good versus Kojak. Let me just give Bizzo his flowers, because I'm a huge Bizzo fan. Like, you know, I got the pay-per-view, and the sole reason I got it was because I was like, I have to watch Bizzo versus Kojak. I'm so excited to watch this battle, because I remember Kojak tweeting at the time like he'd lost or whatever, and he tweeted on stage, and, you know, just Bizzo had so many bars. And I think in his third round, in his second round, I've only watched the battle once, but he tied into Kojak being a weightlifter with, like, not being able to live up to his potential, and, like, didn't you know the rep held so much weight, and, like, you know, it's so much, like, just clever, subtle stuff. Like, Bizzo writes a bit like Tony, you know what I mean, in that kind of like double, triple entendre sort of way. So this is going to be a magnificent battle. I mean,
with a bit more aggression than Tony.
I mean, yeah, but Tony's just not an aggressive battler. He never has been.
Yeah, and that might be his downfall for this.
Yeah, I mean, Bizzo's not like
that might be
Stephen Graham. You know, he's not that aggressive, but, you know.
But he will act like he's Stephen Graham if he's in front of a guy who isn't
No, he'll definitely go there. But
I just, you know what, like with Tony D, like I want the best for Tony D. Like, Tony D is our UK GOAT, and it will probably always be. However, this is in a position now where the new era is coming up, and there's only so long he's going to fight him off. I think Bizzle's going to catch him. I really do think Bizzle has the ability to catch him in his home. Yes, he's over-prepared, but he's the champion of the league. He has to be over-prepared. He has to be ready. He has performance. Like, you can see what Bizzle does is, and I mean, maybe I'm assuming, but it looks like it. He works with muscle memory. He's moving across that stage. His hands are, when he has to go back on the bar, the hands are doing the same thing. It's a performance for everyone. Where Tony might think, oh, he's going to say what he thinks is good and not quite cater to the crowd the same way that a Bizzle will. And that's one of my fears. And that's the thing, it's all credit to Tony. It just, for me, and hearing what the new era in Premier Battles is, Bizzle's the guy. And Bizzle, like, you look through his Anarchy run, even, I mean, weird to reference, but like, he had that Twitter one-rounder, which was a fucking highlighting of the year.
No,
like,
on EFM. Yeah, I'm dead nice.
Yeah.
He was incredible in that. Loved him in that.
What about he would have to have a giant memorial if I decide to battle royal. Like, he gets in that pocket and that shit. I don't know if Tony can keep that. I don't know. I want Tony
this is
to
one of
prove
those
me
battles
wrong.
where it's like, look, I think Tony's going to win. I'm fucking happy to be proved wrong though, because both of these guys are insanely good. So
I'm on the same boat.
Yeah.
If Tony comes through and is on,
yeah.
He's
Just Tony, please don't be too high. Like, please. That's all I'm asking.
I dare you. If you see something, slap it in his hand. I dare you. Shite bag if you done it. Don't get too high.
But you know, that brings us to the end then of this card, of this incredible card, this incredible day of Battle Rap upcoming on Saturday, the 2nd of July. Me and Cameron are going to be there. There are still tickets available. If you're listening to this in the future, obviously there'll be a pay-per-view, and this is just going to be one of them ones, really.
I'll be on the Patreon.
Yeah. Go support Premier Battles on the Patreon. You can get access to all their battles over there, all of their kind of events before they drop, and you know they've got it going on over there. I think they've got like 100+ patrons, so they're fucking, you know, they're doing really well. Really happy for them. So positive. So but yeah, that pretty much wraps us up, Cam. But I know. I mean, look, this has been so much fun, man. So we'll definitely do another talk in the future where we just talk about US stuff.
Absolutely, it felt good to fucking talk this shit.
Yeah,
Scotland, Glasgow. Koji versus Bizzle.
Stand up. Like, yeah. Oh, that's happening soon, right? Yeah, fuck.
That's happening in Scotland. You better come up.
I might do. Like, when is that?
That's end of the month.
End of the month. Okay, I'll
end of the month, like it's like the last Saturday of the month, like the 28th of July.
I'll see if I'm back. But I mean, regardless, that's happening soon. So yeah, I mean, follow Premier Battles, follow the Wiretap, follow Trubs, follow everyone involved in this thing that is helping this thing go forward. And Cam, I mean, finally yourself, mate. Like, I know you've got a channel. You do like a lot of previews and stuff.
Yeah. You know what? See my channel. I need to get my arse kicked and get right back to it because I don't think I've uploaded in a month. But it is CammyGBR on everything, like the Twitter on here because it's on the Spaces. It's the same thing on the channel. I think the last video I done was like the future of battle rap. I tend to focus more US and then have like a specific of what's going on in the UK because it's easier to then talk about everything at once in the UK and then have like your other genres, like your URL, your King of the Dot, RBEs on their own videos. It's a little easier and a little more digestible. But no, I do follow, subscribe and all that shit. Like keep following Tom, man. Like Tom's the fucking guy.
Look.
And you know what? I'll say the opposite of Kingsley. Let's get you back commentating. Let's get you back.
Hey, no, I appreciate
Let's get you back commentating.
I appreciate that, man. And yeah, everyone, like, if you're heading to the event, Cam, I'm really looking forward to fucking seeing you, bro. It's been like 4 years or something. It's been a long time since I've seen you in the flesh. So yeah, that'll be good, man. And yeah, everyone else.
See all the weight that I've gained.
Me too, dude. Me too. So yeah, guys, as always, this is Tom, Barrow Resume. Follow us at Barrow Resume. BarrowResume@gmail.com. I don't even fucking check that inbox anymore. But if you want to email me over there, I'll respond in the next 2 years or so.
Email me, you boomer.
No, but Cammy, right, I'm going to dip now. So appreciate you, my guy. Everyone that's listening has been tuned in as well. Go back through the archive. Me and Cam have done loads of episodes together. We've done loads of previews, loads of recaps. We did like a really good episode on overseas battlers as well. I remember that was a really funny one when we talked about all the people that came over, good and bad and whatnot. But yeah, Cam,
just ragging on serious Jones, bless him.
Shout out to you, my guy. This has been fun. I'll speak to you soon.